scorer, John T. Miller. Our referees, Tony Celeste, Glenn Cornelio, and of course, the first ever international referee to officiate an NCAA game from Saudi Arabia, Abdullah Marzouk Al-Hejaili. Here we go. Round number 2 in the biggest rivalry in Philippine collegiate sports. Omega wins the tip, but Jomel Puno gets the basketball for the Red Lions. Bola na kay Gonzalez. Binigay dito kay Sahonia. Sahonia gets it to Andrada. Joe Celso. That's goaltending on Kevin Santos.
And we were asking earlier if Letran's gonna start with this with their strongest 5, and nasagot yung tanong natin. Nag-start na yung strongest 5 nila. They tried something out during the first game. It didn't work out. I'm sure they learned a lot of lessons there. I'm sure gagawin nila lahat na natutunan nila in this game.
Kevin Santos, part of the all-defensive team and mythical team, for the first time this season scores the first basket for Letran.
And I'm sure napakataas ng confidence ni Kevin Santos with that strong drive.
And Kevin Santos has to come alive after that quiet outing in game number 1. We know that this guy from Masantol, Pampanga is oozing with potential.
And may problema rin sa matchup yung San Beda against Kevin Santos kasi we know they have the big guys in Bismarck Lina and Celso, pero hindi as athletic as Kevin Santos.
Sahonia overshoots the baseline jumper. Puno blocked. Omega with the rejection. That's what they brought him to Letran for.
And that's a great defensive stop for Letran. First, the block of Kevin Santos and the block of Denver Omega.
Manalili. What a matchup right here. Manalili and Gonzalez. They go to their number 1 scorer, Jimboy Estrada, averaging 14.3 points per game. Santos with a fadeaway, short. Sahonia with a board.
And you gotta love the aggressiveness of Kevin Santos. Really looking to score and be aggressive early in this game.
Andrada short on his first triple attempt. Jomel Puno! What a drop step from the Phil Canadian.
And that's just classic Jomel Puno, getting that offensive rebound with that spin move and the layup for Jomel Puno.
Roque. It is deafening inside the Araneta Coliseum. Estrada throws it out. June Roque for 3. Roque, nothing but the bottom of the net.
How about the answer of June Roque? What a find for Estrada.
Sahonia sasagot. Offline. All right, let's first go to the Letran side. Here is a report from Flo Del Agua.
Salamat, Anton. Earlier today, I caught Jonathan Manalili reminiscing everything they've been through this season. Sabi niya sa akin, alam mo naman yung isang taon ka naghanda, pero ang panimula sa'yo, 3 straight losses kaagad. Kahit na naging mapait ito, sabi sa akin ni Titing, he also remembers this biggest lesson in season 101, and that is every time down na iniisip mo yung sarili mo, you sacrifice thinking about your teammates, which is also why he told me na walang saysay ang kanyang pagiging celebrated individually if he cannot lead his team to a win. At alam nyo ba na aware nga si Jonathan Manalili, may usap-usapan kung sino nga ba ang best point guard sa NCAA. Pero sabi sa akin ni Titing, I never wish to be the best point guard. I only wish to be the kind of point guard who can bring my team to a championship. Gentlemen.
That report was brought to you by Yakult. Para may tulong proteksyon, Yakult with 8B LCS in every bottle that may reach the intestines alive. LCS helps balance good and bad bacteria to improve digestion and boost immunity. Kaya drink Yakult every day. Panalo ka dyan. Estrada overshoots that triple attempt. And that's a great mindset by Titing Manalili. Sinabi niya, post-game pa lang, after game number 1, sa inyo niya, yung mga words na yan, gusto ko lang mag-champion.
Tama, no? That's the correct mindset. And what about the approach of Titing Manalili? Reminiscing first yung mga struggles nila. And that's what you should really do. Siyempre, as we see this, layup by Brian Sahonia. Again, that's the right mindset for Titing Manalili kasi all mental na to eh. Game 2. Wala na to masyadong, wala masyadong physical. Puro mental na ang labanan dito.
What a pass by Jomel Puno finding Brian Sahonia. And that's a moving kick called on Kevin Santos. Jun Roque, first basket of the game, our Centrum Advance moment. And that was the Centrum Advance moment of the quarter, brought to you by Multivitamins Plus Minerals Centrum Advance, complete from A to Z, alagang di makukulang. We're back inside the Mecca of Philippine Sports, the Araneta Coliseum, for Game 2 of the NCAA Season 101 Men's Basketball Finals. The biggest rivalry in Philippine collegiate sports. The two winningest basketball programs in the land, Beda and Letran, going at it. As we see here in our Yakult Instant Replay, para may tulong, protection, Yakult, with 8 LCS in every bottle that may reach the intestines alive. LCS helps balance good and bad bacteria to improve digestion and boost immunity. Kaya drink Yakult every day. Panalo ka dyan. Manalili getting on the board after that miss on the layup. Gonzalez, 6'1", from Lipac City, Batangas. Drop pass stolen away as we go now to Christine San Agustin from the San Beda side.
Thank you, Anton. It wasn't a perfect game one for San Beda, and with Janty Miller out today, they will definitely miss their scoring machine on the floor. That is according to Coach Andre Santos, who also said that it will really take a village to make up for this absence, but they have been in this situation before, and there is nothing that collective effort can't fix. Coach Andre also mentioned that they will be drawing their confidence from their semis run this season, where they know they won the games convincingly and now serves as a solid foundation for what they hope to be a championship game 2. Anton and Renzo.
Thank you very much, Christine. Well, it was only that game kung saan hindi naglaro si Janty Miller due to a right knee contusion na natalo ang San Beda, and it was via a game winner by Ian Torres.
And I'm sure Janty Miller is a big loss for San Beda. But again, I've been saying this all throughout the season. If wala yung main guy mo, it's just an opportunity for the other guys to step up.
And this jumper by Jimboy Estrada off the glass, our McCafe play of the quarter. McDonald's, love ko to. Specialty of the house para kay Estrada. And now a defensive adjustment. Si Gonzalez ang nakatao kay Estrada. Lina is in the game. And Sahonia comes up with a loose ball.
And that's a great stop for San Beda. Dito mo talaga maaasahan ng San Beda. They're really gonna make stops.
Oh, Sahonia missing on the drive. It's tough to score against one of the best defensive players in the league, Kevin Santos. Jimboy fading away, missing. Bola na kay Puno. Puno, cross-court pass, Sahonia. Sahonia. Oh, wow. Brian Sahonia going for a 360-degree turn. He draws a foul.
Brian Sahonia trying to be creative, and that's really who he is. Talagang very crafty with that basketball. He can finish with a lot of style.
Brian Sahonia, a transferee from the Tamaraos, came in last season and immediately showed us all that he has the ability to score. Now playing in what he hopes to be is his final game in the NCAA, Sahonia averaging 13.5 points per outing.
Well, we always talk about the scoring of Brian Sahonia, but he's also the one defending itong si Jimboy Estrada, so he can really play both ends of the floor. Yun yung pinaka-impressive dito kay Brian Sahonia.
And just to emphasize how high level this game is right now, there are 6 players from both sides combined who were drafted. So 6 pro-bound players.
Ganon kataas yung skill level na meron tayo in this game. And I'm sure yung mga draftees na yun, hindi sasayangin yung pagkakataon na makuha yung corona para sa kanilang squad.
Bismarck Lina called for a personal here as Mark Denver Omega is holding on to his throat. And our referees will have a look at this. Titira si Jimboy as he was slowly backing up. Watch Lina and Omega. Big decision to be made here as our FIBA International referee Abdullah Marzouk Al-Hejaili is discussing with the rest of the officiating crew.
Well, Anton, there was definitely a hit on that play, but yung armbar kasi ni Bismarck Lina, I think it was supposed to block out itong si Mark Omega, pero dumulas kaya tumama sa may throat ni Omega.
So kung dumulas, does that count as a hit above the shoulder? Our referees say yes. And our commissioner, Attorney Rico Quicho, has been very consistent with that call. Any hit above the shoulder this season, nagiging unsportsmanlike foul, automatic.
Well, we really have to be strict kasi ayaw natin na merong masasaktan. Yes, we know basketball is a very competitive and physical sport, pero ayaw natin yung may masasaktan.
And there he is, Attorney Rico Quicho, whose goal really is to align everything with FIBA. Working with Deputy Commissioner Mark Solano, FIBA Technical Director, and the SBP, Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, Commissioner Attorney Rico Quicho. Jimmy Reyes is on the floor now defending Manalili. Manalili trying to back him down. Manalili, one more try. Decides to pull the ball back out. Roque launches from the outside. Estrada with the offensive rebound.
That's another offensive rebound for the Letran Knights. You can't give them multiple possessions kasi napakataas ng skill level ng mga players ng Letran.
Nabitawan ni Omega ang bola. Puno kontra Santos. Oh, Santos strips Puno.
Two very athletic guys running the break. We thought it was gonna be like an airborne matchup, pero natapikan ni Kevin Santos. Bago pa lang mag-take off si Jomel Puno.
Oh, they've had their aerial battles. I remember that one dunk, or, well, a dunk that was nearly completed dahil a hand got on the ball. Santos meeting Puno at the rim. Puno off the glass, too strong. Omega with the rebound. Eto na si Titing. Manalili. Oh, what a pass. Roque. Blocked by Andrada. And Sahonia picks up the loose ball.
Just when you thought na na-stop mo na si Titing Manalili, meron talaga siyang ibang nakikita pa kaya nakakahanap siya ng butas against Beda.
Sahonia. Natapikan. Sahonia recovers the basketball. Reyes. 5 on the shot clock. Reyes drives. Andrada from the corner. Too strong, but a foul called.
So that was a great read by Jimmy Reyes, rejecting that ball screen. Kaya bukas na bukas yung driving lane and good find. Si Andrada dun sa corner, hindi nga lang pumasok for Yukin.
AJ Buensalida coming in for Mark Denver Omega. This is Coach Alan Ricardo's first substitution of the game.
And this is another banger for Letran. So I think pinasok siya para depensahan itong si Bismarck Lina sa poste.
Now Renzo, this is a guy who Letran needs to erupt. Deo Quahao in the classification round, he was averaging 12.4 points per game, but in the playoffs, just 7.2.
Well, I'm sure talagang nagsisteam na rin yung ibang teams as we see that drop pass by Dating Manalili to Kevin Santos. And again, si Deo Quahao will always be ready to score that basketball pag nabigyan siya ng opportunity.
And Santos and Manalili force the turnover. Dating Manalili with a McCafe assist of the quarter. Cebu to Pampanga. Manalili to Santos. Kevin Santos off to a strong start, leading the Knights with 4 points. He's averaging 10.9 points per outing and riding on that confidence after being named to the All-Defensive Team in Mythical 5. Letran legend Kirby Raimundo, also a Philippine basketball legend. Now, some have said that Santos has the potential to be the next Kirby Raimundo. They both play the power forward position.
And that's a very tall order for Kevin Santos. But I'm sure talagang tutulungan ni Kuya Kirby yan si Kevin Santos.
They're really trying to back down Jimmy Reyes, who stands at 5'11". Every time Reyes is on the floor, Manalili and Estrada try to use their size against him.
But you gotta give Jimmy Reyes a lot of credit. No? Kasi nga, pag nakita mo naman talaga, akala mo mismatch eh. Pero talagang napakalakas din ang katawan ni Jimmy Reyes and marunong talaga siyang dumipensa.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Reyes is no slouch. He played in NCAA Division 2 in the US. Andrada with a floater. Santos tips it to Buensalida. Bola na kay Manalili.
And early in the first, nakikita natin na medyo nagsastruggle itong San Beda executing their plays. And maybe that's the effect na wala si John T. Miller.
Kevin Santos grabbing the Manalili miss and scores on the putback. Hindi pa sinasub out ni Coach Alan Ricardo. Si Santos at Manalili along with Estrada. Nigel Gonzalez hasn't been subbed out, as well as Andrada and Puno.
Well, I'm sure those guys that you mentioned, Jimboy Estrada, Dating Manalili, and Kevin Santos, doesn't want to be subbed out.
Our McCafe play of the quarter. McDonald's, love ko to. These guys, especially the pro-bound guys, Renzo, expect them to play 30 minutes at the very least.
Of course, especially Letran, kasi gusto pa nilang ma-extend itong series na to. And so far, they've done their job holding that 7-point lead against San Beda.
Gonzalez, binigay kay Sahonia. Sahonia, flipping it up.
Joe Celso.
And Joe Celso, after scoring the first basket off of a goaltend, scores on a putback.
That's a great attack by Brian Sahonia, but a lot of Letran guys helping out on that drive. Kaya bukas na bukas yung offensive rebound for Joe Celso.
Buensalida. Buensalida with a sweeping hook. Gonzalez with a board. Nigel. Binigay kay Reyes. Reyes for 3. Jimmy Reyes.
And that's a great find para dito kay Nigel Gonzalez. Talagang very deceiving eh. While he was holding that ball, he was looking up and down the court. Tapos hindi napansin ng Letran na i-hand off na pala niya kay Jimmy Reyes.
Jimmy Reyes had 8 points in 7 minutes in Game 1. Very efficient. Roque on a step back. June! Roque! Second triple of the game!
And what a way to get that second three-pointer. That step back from June Roque.
June Roque looking like a pro in the early goings of this game. June Roque with a step back three. Centrum advance moment of the quarter, brought to you by Multivitamins Plus Minerals Centrum Advance, complete from Litising Alagang Di Magkukulang. Hey, June Roque was the 12th pick in the draft. First round pick yan. Silang dalawa ni Andrada. Andrada was picked 6th. June Roque was picked 12th. He's gonna be teammates. He's teammates with our colleague Bo Belga.
That's why I'm sure na napakataas ng confidence na to ni June Roque. Kahit pagaling to sa injury, I'm sure yung confidence niya hindi yan mawawala sa kanya eh.
Joe Celso, another pro-bound player, was picked in the 4th round, the 46th pick. So 6 na pro-bound players yan na na-draft sa professional ranks: Andrada, Roque, Omega, Cuajao, Sahonia, and Celso. 3 from each side, San Beda and Letran.
Kaya ganun kaganda yung laro natin ngayon eh. First quarter pa lang to. Kasi alam natin na lahat ng players ayaw pumayag na magpatalo eh. They really know how to play.
Linabas na ang tunay na galing. Montecillo. Gonzalez all over him. Fuenzalida grabs his own miss.
That was a great defense by Nigel Gonzalez, but the offensive rebound of Fuenzalida.
And that will do it for the first quarter. The Letran Knights starting with their true strong 5 off to a great start. They lead San Beda 19-14. You're looking at the jam-packed mecca of Philippine sports, the Araneta Coliseum, as we get ready for the second quarter here in game number 2 of the NCAA Season 101 Men's Basketball Finals. Anton Rojas working alongside Renzo Navarro, and we also have Christine San Agustin and Rodan Agua reporting for San Beda and Letran, respectively. Now the question everybody was asking, would Coach Alan Ricardo start his strong 5? He did. And as a result, lamang ang Letran ngayon ng 5.
And that's a great decision for Coach Alan Ricardo. Nakita natin yung aggressiveness agad ng starting 5 niya. Not only on offense, doing it also on the defensive end.
And now, this is the biggest lead of the game for the Knights after that basket by Luis Tapeño. Gonzalez has to make something happen. Gonzalez draws a foul from Cuajao. And let's get an update from the San Beda side. Here's Christine San Agustin.
Thank you, Anton. According to Coach Yuri Escueta, the Red Lions are prepared to close this game with a championship in their hands, but only if they show their thirst for the crown. This was further emphasized during the huddle as he mentioned how they have a great opportunity right in front of them, but at the same time, he warned them about getting ahead of themselves. And so, Coach Yuri reminded them about their sense of urgency by saying na ipakita niyong mas gutom at mas uhaw kayo, and that alone can produce a performance that you will never forget. All for now, Anton and Renzo.
That report was brought to you by Skechers Basketball. Comfort that performs. Sahonia misfiring.
And I love that report by Christine San Agustino na talagang minsan mas mahirap pa kasi yung galing ka sa panalo eh. Kasi as you see that layup by Montecillo, again, mas mahirap pa ma-motivate yung mga players lalo pag galing sa panalo eh. Getting that game 1 victory against Letran.
Ang laking bagay nito pag nakakapuntos sina Montecillo at Tapeño. This is Letran's biggest lead of the game. The blow by the sophomore point guard, Nat Montecillo, our McCafe play of the quarter. Gonzalez gets the ball across the half-court line. Cross-court pass. Sahonia for three. Brian Sahonia.
Badly needed three-pointer for Brian Sahonia and the San Beda Red Lions because Letran is playing really well on both ends of the floor. That's why that's a big basket from Brian Sahonia.
Sahonia with 6 points in the contest. Salida blocked by Andrada. Andrada still looking for his first basket in the game. And speaking of Andrada, here he is. Andrada fakes, Andrada gets the bump and scores!
And that's a pro move for Yuki and Andrada going up against Jun Roque na alam niyang mas athletic but doing that on fake bago niya itinira yung floater na yun.
From the San Beda Red Cubs to the San Beda Red Lions, Yuki and Andrada. Parang si Ato Barba dito. Ang tagal nang naglalaro sa NCAA. Dumana ang pandemic. Nandito pa rin siya. Tinuloy pa rin ang kanyang karera.
That's why I'm sure very crucial yung magiging role ni Yuken dito. Kasi siya yung may pinakaalam kung paano laruin to.
Our Skechers Basketball fan performance. Skechers Basketball. Comfort that performs.
And Anton, that was a quick rest for Jimboy Estrada and Titing Manalili. And you have to commend itong si Montecillo for doing his job during those minutes na wala si Manalili sa loob.
And Manalili is able to draw a foul. Benny Estacio in the game for the first time. Titing Manalili, who many are saying is the next great Letran point guard or next great point guard in Philippine basketball as we see this McCafe assist of the quarter. Puno finding Sahonia. McDonald's, love ko to. Nanunood ngayon, nakatutok. 3-time NCAA champion and finals MVP, Mr. Fantastic, Fran Yu.
Definitely a Letran legend, Fran Louis Yu. Every year nakasubaybay yan sa Letran and I'm sure masayang-masaya siya sa performance ni Titing Manalili kasi talaga nakikita niya yung sarili niya nung bata pa siya.
Pero iba yung Fran Yu. Tripit yan.
Oo, and yung three championships niya na yun, nandun pa ako nun eh. Kaya iba talaga yan si Fran Yu.
Oh, Manalili turning the ball over. Bola na kay Sahonia. Sahonia binigay dito kay Andrada. Andrada from way out. Puno. Offensive rebound. Estacio. Andrada won a championship here in season 99 2 years ago. He wants to relive the glory and bring the title back to Mendiola. Puno. His teammates urging him to shoot. Andrada decides to finish the job for him. Puno staying patient, finding a better option. Pero para sa mga teammates niya, they would love to see Puno aggressive as Santos scores again.
What about Kevin Santos? Talagang nakikita natin yung aggressiveness niya early in this game. He really wants to help his team win and ma-extend pa yung series.
Sahonia is fouled on that baseline jumper. Kevin Santos with 8 points Let's check out this McCafe play off the corner. McDonald's, Love Koto. All defensive team, Mythical 5 selection. Kevin Santos already exceeding his output of 6 points in game 1.
And this is what Letran really needs from Kevin Santos. Of course, their main big man. So kailangan talaga niya mag-perform. And pinapakita niya yun sa atin first half pa lang.
Brian Sahonia, without Jonty Miller averaging 20.4 points per game, Sahonia is the leading scorer now for San Beda. Again, 13.5 points per outing yan. But that number has to go up if San Beda wants to close it out.
Well, you're right. No? Brian Sahonia has been playing very well for San Beda, but with the absence of Jonty Miller, San Beda needs more from him.
Sahonia stopped scoring for San Beda in 5 out of their 18 games. Manalili missing on the fadeaway.
That's a great stop for Penny Estacio. I think Manalili is a very hard guy to stop, but he was successful in that play.
Andrada swings it. Penny for 3. A little bit too strong. And Puno with another offensive rebound. Jomel Puno. One of the best at crashing the boards.
And that's his 4th offensive rebound. Talking about Jomel Puno.
Estrada. Manalili with a putback.
That's a great decision for Piting Manalili to follow Jimbo Estrada on that break kasi Penny Estacio was really gonna challenge him.
Andrada to Sahonia, back to Yukian. Yukian on the turnaround, short, Celso taps it to Puno. Puno. And he is fouled.
And that's the 5th offensive rebound for Jomel Puno. So he's really the one doing things for San Beda. He's giving them multiple possessions to score that basketball.
Letran leads San Beda 28-23 as we head to this timeout. Minutes and 24 seconds. That is the time remaining in the first half. Letran has been leading for majority of this contest. Now let's get an update from the side of the Knights. Here is Flo Del Agua.
Gentlemen, since you were talking about him in the previous quarter, let me also paint this picture in your minds. Star player ka sa iyong former school, but you took a big risk for your career and moved to the Letran Knights, and after waiting for 1 whole year, finally, makakalaro ka na sana, pero bigla kang na-injure and had to miss almost half of the elimination. Yan nga naging kwento niya, kaya sabi sa akin ni Jun Roque kanina, I'm just making the most of my remaining games, and true enough, here in the finals, he is doing more compared to his season's averages. At ang salita lang naman sa akin dyan ni Jun, kung yung iba patapos na sa kanilang season, ako, nagsisimula pa lang. Back to you guys.
Love that. That report was brought to you by McDonald's. Love Koto. Roque, indeed, he was limited to just 13 of the 18 possible games for Letran this season due to injury. But we know the talent of Jun Roque. We saw what he did when he was playing for Perpetual. Sahonia scores for San Beda.
And again, going back to Jun Roque, no, he already knows what to do kasi in the NCAA. He already knows how he's gonna play it out. Kaya kahit nagkaroon siya ng injuries and maraming struggles bago siya nakalaro for Letran, talagang very effective pa rin siya.
Oh, what a pass! Estrada to Manalili. This Intramuros backcourt has been locked in here in Game 2. Sahonia mula sa kanto. Brian Sahonia! Big game, Brian. Stepping up for San Beda here in Game 2. 13 points in the first half.
And again, this is the perfect time for Brian Sajonia to really play his best game for San Beda. Kasi nga, wala si Jonty Miller. So nasa kanya lahat ng pressure offensively.
And a good challenge by Sajonia on Estrada. Oh, we highlight the battle between the point guards. What about the battle between the two shooting guards, Estrada and Sajonia?
Very exciting matchup kasi both can really play offense really well pero nakaya ring dumepensa eh.
Andrada, baseline jumper, cool, calm, and collected.
And I really love the entry of Penny Estacio because as soon as he got into the game, talagang nakikita niya yung mga open guys. He's making the right decisions for San Beda.
AJ Fuenzalida breaks the deadlock. That was only the second deadlock of the game. Again, Letran has been leading for majority of this contest. Estacio, binigay kay Puno. Puno, sidestep. There you go! Jomel Puno! An aggressive Jomel Puno is a scary thing for the competition. Fuenzalida, wild shot. Estrada. Oh, two sorry misses. Two lefty attempts. Penny Estacio nagpapasab.
And again, you really have to commend him with this activity. Lahat ng desisyon na ginawa niya, tama for San Beda. That's the reason why they were able to catch up in this game.
Penny for the lead! Magpapasab pa ba yan?
And I'm not sure kung ibibigay ni Coach Yuri yung request ni Penny na magpasab after that three-pointer.
Mukhang kaya-kaya pa. Penny Estacio with nothing but heart. Wala nang hangin, pero lumalaban pa.
That's huge for Penny Estacio.
This was our Centrum Advance moment of the quarter, brought to you by Multivitamins Plus Mineral Centrum Advance, complete from A to Z. Alagang di magkukulang. Letran now trails San Beda 35-32. Anthony Penny Estacio. You know, this guy was a highly touted recruit coming out of high school playing for the Baby Tamaraos. And then went to the Green Archers, and now he's with the Red Lions. Centrum Advance moment of the quarter brought to you by Multivitamins Plus Mineral Centrum Advance, complete from A to Z. Alagang di magkukulang. Coach Alan Ricardo, a two-time juniors basketball champion head coach, wants to be a champion at this level as well. Jimboy Estrada. That was a nice ATO.
And you're right, no? Coach Alan talagang champion na to sa juniors eh. And they really wants to get one here in the college ranks. And his team so far playing really good.
And that's going to be a basket for Jimboy Estrada. Jimboy Estrada is the most dangerous player from the Letran side. As we see here sa ating Yakult Instant Replay para may tulong protection. Yakult with 8B LCS in every bottle that may reach the intestines alive. LCS helps balance good and bad bacteria to improve digestion and boost immunity. Kaya drink Yakult every day, panalo ka dyan. Reyes short on the jumper. Omega with a rebound. Ball na kay Estrada. Estrada giving the lead back to Letran. Puno.
Great recovery for Jomel Puno. That was supposed to be another great pass for Titing Manalili to Kevin Santos, but Jomel Puno was right there to stop that play.
Mismatch in the post. Oh, Estrada pulled the chair from behind. Bismarck Lina, what a smart play by Jimboy Estrada.
And Jimboy Estrada is already a veteran. He's already been around the collegiate level, so he really knows what to do, even with that mismatch.
Di nasalo na maayos ni Kevin Santos. But look at that play by Jimboy Estrada. You know, he was not a rookie MVP in the ASCU for nothing. The transferee from St. Clair College of Caloocan. Manalili drawing the foul on Reyes.
And this is a very scary duo for Letran. Itong Manalili and Estrada. If you let Letran run on the break with Titing Manalili with the ball, tapos si Jimboy Estrada yung nasa weak side, medyo nakakatakot yan eh. So you really have to take good shots if you're San Beda.
What a day for Titing Manalili. Prior to the start of Game 2, he was awarded Freshman of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and was named to the Mythical Five. So 3 awards for Jonathan Moses Titing Manalili.
But again, we heard Titing Manalili said na wala sa kanya yung mga awards na yan. Ang importante sa kanya, magawa niya yung role niya for the Letran Knights para makuha yung kampyonato.
2 for 2 para kay Ting Miles. Titing Manalili. And look at the defense of Manalili on Reyes. Reyes escapes. Sahonia for 3. Sahonia short.
And again, yung willingness ni Titing Manalili, kitang-kita mo sa mukha niya eh. His intensity and yung defense niya against Jimmy Reyes, yun yung nag-cause nung miss na yun for Brian Sahonia.
We have not seen Manalili cramp up yet this season. Manalili for 3. Estrada. Estrada. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Good defense by Jimmy Reyes.
Another great stop for Jimmy Reyes. That was against Jimboy Estrada, who's usually a great attacker. Very creative one, but he was able to get an offensive foul against him.
Jimmy Reyes, sana yan na malalaki ang kalaban niya. You know, he's only 5'11", pero naglaro yan in the States sa California State University, San Bernardino, a school that competes in NCAA Division II.
And imagine in practice, kabantayan lagi niyan si Nigel Gonzalez na SUV nga ng mga point guard. So I'm sure sanay na bumantay ng mas malalaking guards itong si Jimmy Reyes.
Now a big development here, Renzo. Jimboy Estrada has 3 personal fouls.
And then this is gonna be big for Letran kasi si Jimboy Estrada yung yung isang weapon nila na talagang medyo mahirap pantayan for San Beda because si Titing Manalili, he's really setting up his teammates eh. Pero itong si Jimboy talagang score ang nasa isip.
Sahonia. Sahonia draws a foul. Well, without Estrada on the floor, we can expect Jun Roque to try to take up more of an offensive role, as he should. And Letran still waiting for number 29 to come back alive. Deo Cuajao. We know this guy is an assassin, a sniper. But in the playoffs, we haven't seen that usual Deo Cuajao explosion.
Well, for Deo Cuajao, ang nagiging problema niya is hindi siya nakakakuha ng tira. And you really have to commend San Beda for not giving him the looks na usually nakukuha niya eh. So, I'm sure itong si Deo Cuajao ready lang to na once dumating yung opportunity for him to score, talagang i-maximize niya.
Meanwhile, Sahonia, since 2 free throws, he now leads all scorers with 15 points. Wala si Miller. Sabi ni Sahonia, ako na, bibida. And you can see it. Sahonia, pinag-aralan yung galawan ni Manalili. tuwing bumaback down si Titing, umaatras si Sahonya.
Definitely a great read for Brian Sahonya. He really knows how to defend itong si Titing Manalili kasi hindi rin siya natatakot na umatras kasi alam niya na meron siyang size advantage against Titing Manalili.
At the line, Letran captain. Playing just 1 season for the Knights after playing 3 for Perpetual. Mark Denver Omega. Last played in season 99. Ang ina-average niya sa Perpetual, 6.6 points per game and 8.2 rebounds per game. But there were several games na naka 20 plus rebounds itong si Mark Denver Omega. So that's why Letran recruited him.
Well, I'm definitely familiar with how this guy plays. Itong si Mark Omega, I was able to play against him in season 98. So, alam mo talaga yung yung activity niya alone, yung presence niya dun sa loob, malaking tulong na for his team eh. Tapos napakataas ng energy nito getting those boards. And that's the reason why Letran recruited him and wants him to play for their team. Pero yun nga pagdating niya dito sa Letran Knights, medyo nag-iba kasi ng role eh. There are a lot of guys who can do the same thing that he does. Kaya medyo nag-adjust itong si Mark Omega.
1 for 2 sa pagkakataon na yon. Gonzalez is back on the floor. San Beda down by 2. Kaliman for 3 for the lead. No. And that will do it for the first half here in game number 2. The Letran Knights lead the San Beda Red Lions 39-37. This is the finals of NCAA season 101.